Morning, well, it's Hippy Trev here. Yeah, it's a bit warm, a bit muggy. As you can see, the sky's a bit overcast, and we're up in the 30s. I've got a job to do on the boat today. I want to drop the oil pan on the tranny and change the filter over. I've got the filter and the gasket there. I'm not really in the mood for it. It's just one of those jobs I've got to do. We've got to drive down to Gympie on Tuesday, towing a trailer, so I want the auto oil fresh and done. So, anyway, roll the intro. Hi, Hippy Trev here, and welcome to my channel. Hope you get something out of it. I'm going to show you how to save between 150 and 200 bucks on doing an auto oil change and filter change. Let's go with it. So this pan doesn't have a drain plug, some plug drain. Well, that's a bastard. Anyway, the first thing I need to do is I take this clip out. Doesn't smell very pretty, I know that much. So the oil's just starting to drain out there. We'll just let that, I'm just going to let that drain before I do anything else. Oops. I wasn't watching that properly. Yeah, so the bottom of the pan all looks pretty good. Nice and clean, a little bit blackish but not too bad. So that's underneath. That's the filter there I'm going to change. I should have had a gasket for that servo cover there, that's for band tightening. And I don't have a gasket, so I'm not keen to drop that without having a replacement gasket, because if that leaks or that seal goes, it could impact how the transmission drives. So what I need to do is get a rag and mop up all that oil I've just spilled. I'm pretty sure it's only these two bolts for the filter. One long bolt. There's another bolt somewhere I'm missing. Two. And this bolt over here, so there we go. That's the filter. So for those people who want to pay 150 bucks to have their transmission oil filter and oil changed, you don't have to. The filter doesn't gaskets are pretty cheap. Oh god, there's shit under there I need to have a good look at before I do too much. As long as you don't touch anything you're not meant to touch. It's all pretty straightforward. So, oh, see, there's a gasket there that I should have got, oil-filled gasket I should have got with this kit, which I didn't get. There's, probably can't see it. Alright, so that's your dipstick there, up the top, that gives you oil reading, how much oil in your tranny. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to let that sit here and just drip dry. So, there's this round thing here, so this round thing here, this servo cover, there's a gasket under there which I didn't get either, which I should have. And that, what you do is you tighten that up till it's tight and then back it off 10 turns, and that's supposed to be your band adjustment. Well, I'm not messing with that today either. I mean, the bands and all that seem to be operational. So, without getting all over the camera, that's what the underneath of a tranny looks like. A gender neutral gearbox, that's what it looks like. So I'm not going to wipe anything there. I'm just going to let it all just drip. I'll wipe the edges down later with a rag before I put the new gasket on. But I'm just going to let all that drip, and I'm not going to touch that gasket there for the filter gasket. I'll just leave that. So worlds, I think that's a bit smudgy. Right now, so that's part one of doing an oil change on your auto. Firstly, is just drop your pan. Drop your pan, train your oil, drop your filter. I'm just going to let that drip dry for a while, like I said. Mop up all that oil there. I should mop up what's left in my hair. So I'll let that drip for a while. I don't want to be touching that gasket for the filter change or anything. I should have got a new gasket for that, but it didn't come in the kit that I got. I was a bit shy. I should have got that van servo gasket. I didn't get that. But anyway, this is just a simple oil and transmission filter change. So at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. All we're doing is changing the filter and changing the oil, and that should be enough to do a basic service on my auto. So let's get this filter on. I lost a bolt there for a minute. Only 3 bolts. This is a 1/4 inch drive socket set on those, not a big, like an 1/2 inch drive, or well actually this is what is it, a 3/8 drive or something. It's a very small drive socket set, which is really good. Which means you don't over tighten anything. Right, yeah, so I need to get a rag, wipe this down, get my pan on. So this originally had a rubber gasket on it, but I'm going for a cork gasket. Now the rubber ones are supposed to be reusable, but in the scheme of things, I'm not overly impressed with rubber gaskets. So let's get this all wiped down and get this up there and in. There you go, beautiful. Greasy fingers. By hand, I think. And yes, I have painted the bottom of the pan fluoro pink. Not that anyone really see it, but it is in support of women's cancer. Alright, so I'll get that gasket in there. I'll spread the bolts around so I'll make sure the gasket's all in the right spot first. before I do any tightening. Well, the gasket seems to have gone on really nicely so far. That's, yep, looking good. Now, I will have some playing to do when it comes to putting my cable back on. I noticed before the cable wasn't quite in the right position for park, so that could take me half an hour mucking around with the cable, which I may or may not film. And get all these up nice and finger tight. So I'll come out the other side now. Oh, that's all the way over there. I would love to have a twin post hoist. Ain't no doubt about that. Right down, it's clean. Right. This goes up in there. Oh shit. Let's do this one. This one first. One up in there. Where's my socket? Get in there, you son of a bitch. Oh, my socket. Always the last one. Edge of the trouble. Now, am I not in the... Now, where's the fucking hole? Would help. There. Now that's a bit better. Rightio. Rightio. That's in. That's in. That's in. Right, that's in, that's in. Now, not to over tighten the gaskets. Firm, but not tight. If it starts leaking, I can always nip it up. This is the idea of using a 1/4 inch drive. Well, actually, so I think it's a 1/4 inch drive socket set. You just don't over tighten. You can't over tighten too much of one of these. It's great. I can't see what I'm doing over here, so it's going by feel. That sun's burning the shit out of my knees, I know that much. I need to get out here with some degreaser. Degrease all this down. So I know if I've got any new oilies. I know I've sealed up the tail shaft. That was leaking, that's now sealed, so. Oh geez, I left that one. I missed that one. I'm glad I went back and checked. All the final nip up. I'm supposed to go around about 2 or 3 times just nipping everything up. Yep. That's good. That's tight. Tight. That's tight. That's tight. 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 Oh, a bit loose. Tight. Tight. There we go, welds. That is done. So, there is no need to pay someone $150 to $200 to change your oil filter, oil filter in your own Trimatic. It is that easy. Power glide, exactly the same. That's how easy it is. Rightio, so I've got this cable to sort out now. It's pretty much buggered, but this will work. There's not a lot of pressure on it. Got a washer there, so push that through there, hold that over. Oh, as that can't fall out. Where's my pliers? Rightio, welds, that's that job done. I've just got to drop it off the jacks, put 4 litres of tranny oil in it, and I'll start it and run it. So anyway, that's how you do your own home oil and filter change on your transmission. Dead easy, anyone can do it. Save yourself $150 if not more. Alright, rightio, well, stay safe, keep your knees in the breeze. Cheers, later, bye.